We're really pleased to report, following on from CES, which was the first time the company has formally presented there, and we presented showing prototype TVs from Hisense, TPV Philips, and TCL, three of the largest Chinese manufacturers. We're now working with 9 display manufacturers on 14 specific programs. So the company is closer than it's ever been to receiving commercial orders. So we're excited with the progress. Ideally, we would have been in a position to announce orders today, but we're very confident that they're coming certainly in the next half. A huge amount of progress has been made on the supply chain, both with our partners, Dow, Merck, and Wah Hong, and internally at Nanoco itself. So specifically on our own manufacturing, where we make the quantum dots, put them into resin, then supply Wah Hong, we have increased manufacturing capacity by a factor of 10, largely done through formulation optimization from the very clever people back in Manchester and Runcorn who've come up with this technology. So we've taken our Runcorn facility from a small pilot plant test facility now into a meaningful productive facility, and that capacity can be increased again and again, and we think we can get somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 kilos of material, which is enough to serve many millions of large TVs. So that part of it's been built. The company during the period received its ISO 9001 certification. Quality certification is absolutely a key component in ensuring we are accredited, have the right validation, have the right systems and processes in place to supply this global $100 billion industry. In addition, our partners, Dow, is now fully commercial, manufacturing at their Cheonan, South Korea facility, and Merck has largely completed the transfer of technology from Nanoco to them, and they've successfully made quantum dots in their Darmstadt, Germany facility. They're now figuring out where to site large-scale manufacturing. In the interim, between now and when Merck bring their factory online, we'll be supplying them out of Runcorn, which enables them to go out and actively start getting business today. That's important because as they gain orders, we, Nanoco, start receiving large milestone payments from Merck. And so what we've built, or what we're really in the process of building, is an ecosystem where you have Nanoco with our Runcorn facility supplying into Wah Hong and Wah Hong into the market. As I said, 9 display corporations, companies, 14 programs. You have Merck with their own film coaters supplying into the market, and Dow with its film coater and coaters supplying. So you have this system building where you have 3 companies making Nanoco-based technology, supplying a range of film coaters, all supplying global OEMs. So the OEMs have multiple sources of supply for Nanoco technology. So we're really pleased. We've moved a long way in the 6 months. The other application that we're seeing a lot of emphasis on now in the last 3 months are high-end monitors for gamers. Introduced by Samsung at this year's Consumer Electronics Show, where they were heavily promoting their new monitor technology, which included quantum dots, the advantage being intense color and no motion blur, which the quantum dots help enable. The monitor market is big, led by companies like Dell, HP, AOC, Acer, Asus, and all companies now who are involved in the high-end gaming monitor market are looking at quantum dot-based displays. So very pleased with specifically lighting and life sciences, where we've worked on lighting to focus on horticultural lighting. So very niche products, basically taking the similar technology that we're using in the display industry and using them to accelerate plant growth. So we can tune the light to match what plants like to grow. So lower energy, faster growth. So high intensity greenhouse, vertical growing is a really interesting area. We think this market's worth about $1.1 billion to us. And we were pleased to receive an innovation award earlier this year at Consumer Electronics Show for our horticultural lighting products. We're now working with a number of commercial partners to get the product out into the market. On life sciences, great progress has been made in proving our technology in vivo applications, in-body applications, now on animal models, proving out the toxicology, which we're seeing as non-toxic, so the cadmium-free materials being used in vivo. And the specific application is imaging and diagnosis of cancer. So I'm very excited. On solar, the key activity is finding a strategic partner with whom we can work to commercialize the technology. So the current cash, it's a great question, one that we manage cash very, very carefully. 8.3 plus an additional 1.9 coming in from an R&D tax refund, bringing it to 10.2. We've worked hard over the period to reduce our spend. So our monthly spend has come down to around £750,000 a month. We, the directors of the company, believe that we will not need additional cash, that we have sufficient cash to see us through to commercialization. The absolute key milestone that everyone's looking for is that first order, those first sales. And we, like everyone else, are we're keen to see it. We're pushing. I can assure everybody out there that the organization is pushing like crazy to ensure that we get that, as soon as possible. I think that's the number one milestone that everyone's looking at.